Okay, hopefully we've got everything going on now. Apparently, I started the live stream before and there was no sound. So here we are. Hopefully, everything's working. I wanted to talk today. Look, the grind and don't quit philosophy that I came up with about 3 years ago, I started using the hashtag grind and don't quit to really embody what it is that I believe about building a business, especially if you're a voiceover artist, you're a freelancer, or whatever. Being able to have the ability to work your face off is one of the things that's going to, I can't say guarantee your success. Hey, John, hopefully everybody can hear me now. Oh, great. Awesome. The audio sounds good. Okay. But the ability to work your face off and go harder than anybody else is willing to go is going to be one of the key things. Anybody that's a voiceover artist, a freelance, person, someone that's looking to build a business from scratch, this is definitely the channel you want to subscribe to. So make sure that you do subscribe to the channel, tick the bell notification to make sure that you get notified every time that I go live or upload a brand new video. While you're on right now, go ahead and smash the like button for me. I definitely appreciate it. Hey, what's up, Talon VA? Mr. Anthony Pica's in the house, and John Clark. Look, the grind and don't quit thing, and it was one of the reasons I came up with this thumb drive that I've been doing now. It's got the grind and don't quit logo on it. But patience is one of those things that people don't have enough of when it comes to building a sustainable business. I see people over and over again going through different strategies. It's like every other week, every other month, there's some sort of different strategy that they're trying to do or trying to come up with. They're hiring a new coach. They're signing up for a new course. And you guys know how I feel about signing up for courses. Don't do it if you're not willing to do the work. But not giving it enough chance to really build on something that you're trying to build to produce the results that you're trying to produce. The problem with this happens is because of the lack of patience. And I understand a lot of this because I've had it, and I understand where a lot of people are starting or they've been struggling for years. And let's just be real, financially. Struggling financially to build something for your family, to build something for yourself, to actually be able to quit that soul-sucking job, like Anthony Pica did earlier this year, uh, and to live the life that you want to live. And can you see the enormity of this? You want to build something from scratch, which anybody that's a freelancer or is in this gig economy, you're building something from scratch. I want you to really look at the enormity of what that is going to take and what that is going to involve. There is no strategy. There is no quick fix to doing any of this. There's not a coach. There's not a course that is ever going to guarantee you success. And let me tell you this, most of the people that have made it has not been because of a quote unquote course or a coach. It may have been part of the reason. I'll give it 10%. But the major reason why people succeed is because they don't give themselves any other option but success. None other. They will figure it out. And so many times when you're looking for a strategy or a plan to do something, like I can talk about strategies that have helped me to build my voiceover business, to build my coaching business, all of that stuff. I can talk about that ad nauseum. But here's the thing. It was my path. That's the only thing I can share is my path. Because if there was an absolute way to guarantee success for what it is that you're trying to build in your voiceover business, you would have done it. You would have bought the course, you would have hired the coach, and you would have, because everybody else was being successful doing it, you would have been successful. Now, let me tell you this. The only person that I know of, and I'm going to talk about you here, Anthony. I'm looking over here at the comments. The only person that I absolutely know, and I want you to hear this because this is like across the board for coaching. The only person that I absolutely know has killed it and crushed it is Anthony Pica. He's on right now. I've touched thousands of voiceover artists, but it was not, and I think Anthony even said this in one of his live streams, and if you're not subscribed to Anthony's channel, you want to make sure that you do that, A VO's Journey, and his podcast as well. People like Anthony, myself, and there are some others that I know, go into any course or coaching program not with the thought that this is the thing that's going to get me over, but it's belief and trust in ourselves that we know we're going to do it. Because here's the scary thing about people that sign up and want to know like how to build a voiceover business, right? This is one of the things I teach. They sign up for these things, and here's the scary thing. They sign up and they get the information, but they're not willing to actually do what's in the information. Not only because there's another step to this, it's not only about doing what's in the information, it's you using your ingenuity and talent to build upon the information that you're getting. The information by itself is worthless. It's worthless. You doing it is where the rubber meets the road. And so if you are trying something for a week or two and it's not working, it's not that it doesn't work. You have no patience to let it work. Tell you an interesting thing. Can I be a little bit transparent here? Okay, so I have a tremendous, and this is not me bragging, this is really just true. I have a tremendous amount of talent when it comes to voiceover, when it comes to social media marketing, anything marketing, because that's my forte is marketing. When it comes to video production, when it comes to doing certain things, it's like I up level all the time. Like right now, I'm using, you can't see it, but I'm using my Lumix GS7 to broadcast this right now. I'm using a $600 camera to broadcast this, and I'm sure you can tell the difference in the quality. Because normally I use a webcam, but I say, hey, I bought this camera, I'm going to freaking use it as much as I can. And the problem with having so much talent, and I think a lot of you may have this issue, you try a lot of different things. You might get bored. I do. I get bored sometimes. And so I'm looking for, okay, what else can I do? But when I started to become very successful, it was because of this. I stopped trying to do anything and everything, and I focused on just a few things. At this point in my career, my voiceover career, there's only two things that I'm focused on. There's only two. And both of them are going very well. It's my coaching and my ability to help people. And it's the book trailer genre that I've gotten into this year. Producing and creating book trailers. That's all I do for voiceover. I don't do anything else at this point. When I first started out, it was audiobooks. Then it became trying to do everything. Then it became e-learning, which is still good. I have an e-learning project I have to do tomorrow. But I said, I want to focus on one thing. And it started building and started growing. And then because knowing Anthony Pica and what he's done on Fiverr, I started using those tips and tricks on Fiverr to build my Fiverr profile like just a month ago. And I just, I think I put out a video yesterday, how I made $925 and some odd cents on Fiverr in less than 30 days with a brand new account. Thank you, Anthony. But I also took what Anthony taught us, quite honestly, and I expounded on that. I went a couple of steps further. If you want to know all that, just go watch the video on YouTube where it says, and maybe I'll link it up here in the description after this live stream, and I'll put it in the show notes as well. And you can watch that video on how I did that. If you didn't, anybody in here will actually watch that video that I did the other day where I showed you what I did and how I did this on Fiverr in less than 30 days. All right. So anyway, focusing in on something that you're good at instead of trying to do everything is always going to get quicker results. But obviously you have to find out what that thing is. And that might take you a minute to find out what your core strengths are and what you ought to be doing in your voiceover career, in this gig economy, in your freelance, business that you're trying to build. This is a gig economy. There's all these things that I've taught. There's all these things that a lot of people teach about how to build your voiceover business and, make more money and things of that nature. And let's just be honest, that's all anybody's interested in is how to make more money. Obviously you want to get better and better at your craft, but at the end of the day, we're running a business and we want to make money at what it is that we're doing. But if you're chasing the money, I want you to hear me. If you're chasing the money, it's probably part of the reason why nothing is working, because you're chasing the money. In chasing the money, it's like Puff the Magic Dragon. You're trying to chase this dragon. All of you drug addicts know what I mean, right? But anyway, seriously, you're trying to chase this high, or you're trying to chase this thing. And so instead of really becoming proficient and a professional at what it is that you do, you're chasing strategies and tactics to try and make the money. That never will be the best result you'll get. Following what you love doing and following your passion and the thing that really gets you up in the morning is going to be the thing that gets you over, right? All right, I'm gonna take a look at some of the comments over here and see if I need to answer some questions. All right, boom, boom, boom. John, the only place where success comes before work is in the dictionary. Good one. Thanks, Anthony. You're the man too, my friend. John is saying Earl and Anthony are superstars. You're a superstar, John. Laugh out loud. Love the John, such a good outlook. Good morning, Anthony Fleischman Jr. Yes, I spoke about narrowing focus yesterday as well. Anthony says, awesome. You got to check out Anthony's podcast, by the way. Let's see. Going broad equals going broke. Yes, it does. Now, let me address that because that is so true, but that's only in the beginning. Let me explain what I mean by that. I'm always talking about going narrow and focusing in on something and becoming proficient and professional, and you're making money at it. But as soon as that's working, as soon as that's running on all 8 cylinders, you can go to something else. You can add on, but you do it in increments. You wait till something's working and popping. So now you're making money in a certain genre or whatever. You can add on then. You can go broad after a couple of years, maybe. All right. Good thing I have one track mind. Talent VO says, good morning, Kenny. Glad to have you in here. Yep. Talent VA says, yep, I want to make money to do what I love, so I have more time to do what I enjoy. Making money a lot. Anthony saying that's so true. My voiceover business was the first time in my life that I did something because I wanted to succeed and change my destiny. Look, this is not overnight. My VO journey has now been 10 years. I didn't become serious about it until 5 years ago. I didn't quit my full-time job until 2 years ago because I got serious. But here's the thing, and I can only tell you my story, but this is a story of success. If you don't know my story about, I was, I worked full-time as a bus operator. And, then I said I wanted to build this voiceover business, and being a bus operator, I was making just about 6 figures a year. But doing this, wanting to build and get serious about this, I'll never forget this. I was on a break and I was in the park and I was laying on my back and I was looking up at the trees. It was summertime, obviously. And I said to myself, I have to make a decision. Am I going to be a bus operator for the rest of my life? Or am I going to do something that I actually want to do? Because I'm an entrepreneur at heart. I won't tell my whole story. I won't go back farther than this, but it's because it gets kind of deep. But in that moment, I said, I'm going to do whatever it takes. So what did I do? I said, as a bus operator, I can't do what I want to do because there was no set schedule. It was all over the map. And I said, okay, what can I do within the job that I have to get a set schedule? And so they had something called a tanker, where you worked in the garage, you did some minor maintenance, but mostly what you did is you took care of the buses that were coming in off the road at night. The bus operators were ending their shift. So I worked from 7 p.m. until 3:30 a.m. in the morning. Set schedule. We took care of cleaning the buses, got filthy every night, took care of gassing up the buses, checking the tires, literally picking up trash. And the stuff that I had to pick up, we wore gloves and we wore masks because it was so dirty. It was so dirty. I went home filthy every night, smelling like gas, smelling like, you will not believe the stuff. People urinating in bottles and leaving bottles in there, underwear, condoms. It was nasty. But what I did was I decided to do that, and I took a $30,000 a year pay cut just to have a set schedule so that I could work and build my business. This is what I was willing to do. Told my wife what I wanted to do, and I literally told my wife, I need you to give me 2 years to do this. I need 2 years to do this, but I'm all in. I missed family events. I forgot birthdays. I was all about building my business. This was me. This is where the grind and don't quit came into play. Kind of emotional. I'm going to be quite honest. This is where the grind and don't quit came into play. Because at about the age of 46, I said, I'm not spending the second half of my life doing shit I don't want to do. I just turned 50 on October 3rd. And so for 2 years, I got up, had to be at work at 7 p.m., worked until 3:30 in the morning, came home, got up, took my kids to school by 8, came home in my home studio. It used to be in the basement, and I worked my ass off. Took a nap about 12, woke up again at 3 to go pick my kids up from school, and then came back, took another short nap so I could be back at work at 7. I did that shit for 2 freaking years. 2 years. When I started off this live stream, I said that you've got to be willing to grind and don't quit and go all in and do the things that no one else is willing to do if you want to create something substantial. This is not about a freaking strategy or a tip or a trick. It's about your willingness to go all in and believe in yourself and do what you say you want to do, because most of you are not mapping your actions to the words that you say. Now, this might sound kind of harsh, but voiceover is not a priority for many people. It's just a wish and a hope and a prayer, but it has no priority because anything can come up and say, okay, I'm just going to, I'll get back to voiceover. I'll do this. And you're bitching and whining and moaning because you're not building anything. You're trying to watch a YouTube video or get some free strategy over here or sign up for this course or that course, but it is not even in you to grind and don't quit. What are you willing to give up? What are you willing to give up for your dream? Because whatever it is that you're not giving up, that's what you're putting in place of your dream. I look back over that 2 years that I spent basically with no sleep, but just a willingness to do whatever it takes. I would not be sitting here in front of you today with the business that I have if I kept making excuses for failure. It wouldn't be happening. Grind and don't quit is much more than a hashtag to me that I came up with. It's my philosophy. It embodies so much. And so many people are focusing on the wrong things. Should you hire a coach? Should you take a course? Maybe. But please don't sign up for anything that I have. Nothing. Please sign up for nothing that I have if you aren't ready to go all in. I hate working with people that aren't willing to go all in, or they make excuses, or it's like, then don't bitch about not making money in voiceover. There's much more to this than the strategy or a tip or a trick. It's you. All right, I kind of got a little emotional, kind of got a little hyped up. Let's go back to the comments. By the way, if you have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat while I'm sitting over here looking at it. Anthony Talon, I've wanted to do VAVO for a long time, but finally committed to doing it only a few months ago. Started a gig on Fiverr and I'm making money progress that I would have thought. Okay. All right. Talon VA is saying you and Anthony have been invaluable to my progress in having the right frame of mind, work path. Thank you guys so much. You're more than welcome, Talon. Anthony says, I actually told this story yesterday about you telling me this story. Oh, wow. Thanks, Anthony. Appreciate it. When I started, I put up and took down my booth every night. I worked 4 to 5 hours from 10 p.m. to 2 a.m., 3 a.m. This is what I'm talking about. It's, what are you doing? If I, what, critiqued your time, what would I find you doing? Watching Game of Thrones? I mean, I watch the whole freaking series. You know, what are you doing? Audit your time. Where could you be doing more? You have to think about that. Um, and they have skin in the game. Yep, absolutely, Anthony. Thank you, Anthony. Wow, Anthony, you're so great, man. Thanks for the super chat that you just sent over to me. Love you, man. Trying to saying powerful stuff. John Clark, when I ran in my marathons and ultras, my mantra was run if you can, walk if you have to, crawl if you must, but never give up. Yeah. You know, during the time that I was doing this for, trying to build my business, it wasn't all, fun. There were a lot of moments I'm like, is this really worth it? Is this really worth it? But I'd made a commitment and a promise to myself. It wasn't to my wife. It wasn't to my kids. This is for me. And let's just be honest. We can say a lot about we want to build something for our families, and it's bullshit. You have an ego and you want to do it. Let's just be honest and real with ourselves about this. We want to do it. So do it. What's stopping you from doing it? Do you need some? Let me just give you a hint here. Do you need some tips and tricks? Don't spend all day watching YouTube and not executing what is said on whatever you're trying to learn on YouTube or Facebook or reading a blog. Because consuming that information has no value. Plopping down your credit card for a course or for a coach, so many people think that that's the thing that's going to get them over. You feel good about, okay, I just paid this money. Great. It's almost like in the back of your mind, you feel like it's guaranteeing you success because you paid some money for it. It's not. Because it's all up to you. It's all up to you. So you can spend your time researching things on Google and YouTube and then executing those things that you're wanting to learn, whether it's, how to tweak your mic or your interface or whatever, do audio production, how to use, downward expansion or EQ. Figure it out how to do it. Do it. Go do it. If it's marketing, figure it out. You're watching something, figure it out. If you hire a coach, here's one of the things that I've come to really get and understand about the coaching space is, wait a minute, let me read this. What did this just say? $100 Harris. What's stopping me is the right equipment. Can't afford it. Okay. $100 Eris, I'm going to call bullshit on you. Sorry, but I'm going to call bullshit. My friend Cyrus Webb has done documentaries that are on Netflix. He has done voiceover. He has a radio show, podcast, and he uses a $14.98 USB microphone to accomplish it and is not looking to go any further than that. You people that are putting excuses for gear in front of you, and I know you're sitting here looking at me with this Sennheiser MKH 416, microphone. Like, oh, I can't afford that. You can see in the blurry background right there is a Alexa Voice RE320. That's about a $200 mic. That was my main voiceover mic for years when I was in the basement trying to build this for 2 years. But you people that are worried about whether or not you're using a $50 USB mic or a Sennheiser MKH 416 because you see the pros using it. I don't need this. I don't. I wanted it. But you use whatever the fuck you have because you producing what you want to produce, you've been listening to people tell you you can't be a real voiceover artist if you're using a USB mic. Bullshit. Just like they said, you're not a real voiceover artist if you're on Fiverr. This mic that I'm using, they use this in major motion picture movies. Do you really think you need this to put up a Fiverr gig? Have you heard some of the shit on Fiverr that people are making money doing that doesn't even sound good? If you're putting whether or not you have a Sennheiser or a TLM 103 or whatever you're seeing people use, if you're putting that in front of you just doing it, it's no one's fault but yours. And I'm sorry, $100 air. I'm sorry that I'm coming like this at you, but it's for a reason. Go do something. Stop putting an excuse because you don't have a Sennheiser. Go buy the microphone you can afford, get on Fiverr, and do the best that you can and build your business. Stop putting a microphone in front of what you're doing. There are people on Fiverr, they're using headset mics. And they're making money. What is the real excuse here? Sorry, not sorry. All right. John is saying you can have the best coach in the world, but if you don't execute the plan, exactly. Save up for the bare minimum, exactly. $100 Eris. I have a USB mic, and people said quality not good. Well, who said? A client? Who said that? A client said that to you? Someone you actually produced work for? I dare say probably not. And how good are your audio production skills? Because if you're using a DAW, any DAW can help clean up your audio. You're making an excuse that I don't want you to make and get caught in a trap of. Stop listening to the elite, voiceover artists out here that are trying to make you feel a certain way because you're not doing it the way they're doing it. Because when I say that there are people out here making money with $50 microphones, they are. If you need to get better at audio production or tweaking your audio, do that. But you can do it. Okay. Kevin is saying I'm doing audiobooks with a Blue Yeti. Thank you. John Clark, I have a Blue Yeti too. Thank you. Let's see. I've made over $1,500 on my Fiverr with a Blue Yeti. Exactly. Oh, gosh. Do I need to say more about this? I'm just not sure. Let's see. Vision Point. Yeah, I saw someone using expensive microphone in a booth environment made the difference. Look, can I just let me chop this up for you? I gotta go. Let me chop this up for you. So many people, and you got to remember this is a gig economy, and I hope I say this as succinctly as I can. So many people are trying to do voiceover at the highest level possible. I'm talking about movie trailer stuff. I'm talking about that kind of stuff. And it's fine to have a goal. But you are putting what you see me do, what you may see. I mean, Anthony has an impressive studio. There's other people that you probably watch that have impressive studios. You're putting, it's almost like it's a subconscious thing where you're putting that. My wife was just trying to call me here. You're putting that image in your head and thinking that you're not ready to do it because you're not at that level. Go back and watch my old YouTube videos where I was in the basement with blankets around me and that microphone right there that's blurred out. You're not doing work at that level. You may never do work at that level. And if you don't understand and see that there is so much work at the level that you are, and you're worried about what kind of microphone you use, where no one else is but you, and you're comparing yourself to me and to others, that you can't compare yourself to anyone else. You just can't, because it will stop you from doing what you need to do. It will stop you. Work where you are. I'm telling you, if you do, you will make money. Just start. Stop. Oh, gosh. This is why. All right. I'm going to go into salesman mode one time right here. This is why I have this drive. Is it going to focus? I don't know. I'm trying to wait for it to focus, but it won't. But you can see it's got the grind and don't quit logo. These are $97. $97 for this right now. In that is my best stuff from this year. I'm going to mail this to you. There's no shipping and handling if you're in the United States. All my best stuff from this year is on this drive, but as soon as you get it, you're also going to get an immediate download of it. So for nostalgia purposes, if you just want something with grind and don't quit on it, I'll send it to you, but you'll also get an immediate download. I started out with 20. I have this many left. What is it? 3. I've got 3 left because these 2 are going out today. So I have to go to the post office in a minute. Get that. It's going to have some bennies on it. If you're willing to do the work, don't order it if you're not going to do what's on the drive. Just don't. Just don't. I don't want people buying stuff from me that they're not going to execute on. If you want it, you can get it at grindanddon'tquit.com. That's where you can go. Grindanddon'tquit.com. You can get it. I'm almost out of the actual thumb drives. If you want some plans on some things to do, get the drive, but be willing to do the work that's involved in it. All right. And that's at grindanddon'tquit.com. Go ahead and grab it if you want it. Grab it before noon because by noon, I'm going to be going to the post office, probably by 10 today, to mail these off. Yeah, I saw someone using expensive microphone. Okay, yeah. In a booth? Really? Let me just clarify something here. A booth? Great to have. Not necessary for working on Fiverr, where you can make a ton of money. You don't need to spend $6,000. Now, I know. If I was doing work for ESPN, I'd have, go get a booth, right? You're doing audiobooks, you don't need a freaking booth. What I have around here, I've got, some 2x4 panels around me. Sound panels that I built myself. They work perfectly. I just need you to stop making excuses for not executing. And if you want my help, you can get my help. I mean, even if you go to, what is the web address? VOBizPro, biz with a Z, VOBizPro.com. You can sign up and work with me. I talk to you twice a month. You'll have access to everything that I've ever done and will do. As long as you're in there. I'm doing a private group coaching session on Monday where I'm going to be talking about, I made a video yesterday on YouTube, the top 3 things you need to be doing to build your business in 2020. Well, on Monday in that private group, I'm going to be going deep, and I'm going to be, going deep. I'm going to talk to everybody that's there. I'm going to talk to you individually. It's going to be on Zoom so you can see me. I can see you. We can all talk and all that kind of stuff. Yep. Simple sound treatment. Yeah, I love DIY. I'm all about DIY. All right, guys. I've gone kind of long today, so sorry about the length of this. Just grind and don't quit. Just grind and don't quit. Check out grindanddon'tquit.com. Grindanddon'tquit.com, and what's the other one? VOBizPro.com. Just go check it out. If you're ready to work, I'm ready to work with you, but you got to be really ready to work. All right. Vision Point Media says, didn't mean an actual booth, just a quiet place. Yeah, absolutely. Have a great day. You too, Kenny. Thanks for the session, John. Thank you as well for being here. If you haven't smashed the like button, would you please smash it for me now? Just hit the like button for me. And I definitely appreciate you and all those that gave me super chats. Anthony, thank you so much. Anthony Fleischman Jr. Thank you for your super chat. Definitely appreciate that. You guys have an awesome and amazing day. And I'll see you guys soon. Grind and don't quit.